So I'm going to go and share my screen. Oh, I think I may not be able to share it. 1 second.
Oh, I guess I did give a right to share. I'll check in a second.
Okay, thank you. I think it may be on my end, like a tech issue, but I'll definitely go ahead and share the links down below in the chat box. Just give me 1 second.
Sorry, I don't think we can hear you. I feel like you're muted.
Okay, for some reason, it's not letting me back into the full screen. I don't know why, but I'll just get started with introductions and then let you know about those links later. So again, hi everyone, I am Sarah. So I started a environmental club in 2020. It's called the CARE Club, that stands for Conservation, Animal Welfare, Restoration, and Environment. And we are committed to getting new members to talk about all different kinds of environmental issues. So we've discussed plastic pollution, climate change, deforestation, all sorts of environmental topics that concern environmental justice, and also like environmental peace, environmental resources, and how we can best preserve those through our own conservation efforts. So basically, when we get into a meeting, it lasts about 40 minutes long, and it's through Zoom web conferencing, where all participants are able to go ahead and engage in the meeting. So once we get into a meeting, we introduce ourselves and they'll talk about our activities from like a past week, and then we'll head on into the meeting. So the meeting usually includes like an educational video where we educate ourselves on the environmental issue, like a short documentary. And then we'll have a discussion about how we can take that issue and help it. So basically, we'll be talking about conservation actions to go ahead and make our own difference for that environmental topic. And those activities can range from like creating petitions to getting hands-on in our communities. And we are a nationwide and international club. So we have members from around the world that join our Zoom meetings, which I'm happy to say is possible through Zoom web conferencing. But we've been holding meetings for about 3 years, which is great for us. And I'm very excited for next year. We are still accepting members currently for the next semester, this semester that we're in right now, and then following into next year. So if you're interested, definitely let me know. I'll go ahead and drop that sign up link once I get back to full screen. For some reason, my laptop is having some tech issues. But just to introduce myself, aside from my club, so my name is Sarah, and I am currently a biology major and environment/sustainability minor. And I'm a sophomore college student right now. And I'm 20 years old. I just started a shadowing opportunity at a veterinary clinic as I'm on the pre-veterinary track. I also volunteer at Zoo Tampa, which is my local zoo, where I talk to guests about conservation initiatives and endangered species. So there I am able to educate others on both animals and what they can do for conservation efforts to preserve those species. So I am super passionate about like animal studies and biomedical sciences and everything in the realm of biology with like an environmental concentration also. So that's a little bit about me, and I'm just super excited to be speaking. Do you guys have any questions for me about the club? I'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah, I feel like I have a question that maybe some people also have regarding the club. So is there a specific like overall goal that you are trying to achieve, or maybe there are specific ones for like each semester?
Yes, so we have goals that range each week. So our activities, like I said, can include like creating petitions. They can include just spreading awareness, so making pledges through like Google Docs. We do work on an end of the year project where we each create a slide about an environmental issue that we're most passionate about, and it includes about what we've done for the issue. Like, for example, supporting rhino conservation. So we have funded different fundraisers. So during the year, we'll do different fundraisers. We had one for Best Friends Animal Society, and we also had one for Amazon Watch, which talks about women in indigenous communities that are making an impact on the environment, and also talking about how those communities can be enriched through support. So yeah, we do have activities, including fundraisers that we do during the year. And then we also have goals to raise certain money through having different like email connections and talking to our friends and family members to get them to kind of support that cause along with us. And then we do an end of the year compilation, like I mentioned earlier, where we each create a slide and we create a video presentation, and we post it on YouTube for people to see and also get involved themselves.
Okay, thank you so much. That clears this up. So yeah, thank you. And I texted you in the chat if you want me to maybe share your presentation. Since it's not available to you, I can do it. You're muted again.
Sure, that'd be great. It's actually in web pages. So I can just go ahead and share those web pages to you and you can open them. And I just opened it in my browser. So if you could just open that one up for me and share it, that'd be great. I think I'm having some kind of tech issue about screen sharing. I apologize about that.
Sure, it's okay. All right. So yeah, can you see the screen?
Yes. Mhm.
Great.
Okay, great. So in 2020, that is kind of when my environmental love started. So I've always been passionate about the environment and also biology, like from the plant science standpoint. And I also did some research with a nearby professor about stomatal density when I was younger. And I participated in STEM fairs and competitions like that. But in 2020, I did a project at my local aquarium with a small group of high school students. And I was a junior at the time in high school. And we created a sea turtle awareness day. So this is one of the big projects that kickstarted my environmental love, as I mentioned. So we created like posters to publicize the event. We also created activities for people to take into account for like plastic pollution and inspire them. So those activities would be like creating keychains out of plastic debris. We also had a display of a sea turtle that was made out of plastic that we also collected as part of a beach cleanup as well. But this was also separate from that. So when we had the event, it was about like 5 hours, and it was on a weekend, I believe. And we got out into the aquarium, set up a couple tables, and we just talked about plastic pollution through a presentation on a exhibit board. And then we kind of talked about how people could get involved and how plastic pollution is a very increasing in like severity issue. So it's very important for our world. It not only impacts sea turtles and different marine life through, unfortunately, strangulation and ingestion, but it also impacts the ocean health and can change the chemistry of the ocean if there's too much inside of it. So if you scroll down, Malika, this is what I entered into. It's a competition that the Humane Education Network is a part of. And all the way at the bottom, I'm featured, if you scroll down. Yeah, so if you go onto the Hennet homepage, it's just hennet.org, and you can actually go ahead and apply to be a winner. So if you apply here, they will kind of look over your application and you may win a prize that you can use toward your college education, or maybe an environmental initiative that you are looking into expanding. So I submitted a short documentary called The Plastic Effect and Sea Turtle Awareness Day. So I created a video through Vimeo and excuse me, sorry, I had a notification, and put together some photos that we took during that event. And it all went into like this short documentary, and it talked about like informational like points that you could talk about plastic pollution, but it also talked about hands-on activities you could take part in, like using reusable bottles instead of plastic bottles, using reusable bags, like cloth bags rather than plastic bags at the grocery store, and also talking about how jellyfish bear a deadly resemblance to plastic bags, and therefore sea turtles ingest those on accident. So if you'd like to see that presentation that I created, there's no need to share it on this video as of now. But if you would like to watch it as an example, if you'd like to enter the competition yourself, I'm not partnered with them, but I'm a proud alum and I wanted to share it with you guys. So that is a like little example that you can use. That was my presentation. If that link is not valid, I can always just send it this way. Through the share. This one may be better.
Yeah, I guess the link.
Okay,
Thank you.
there we go. That one is definitely valid. But yeah, that was a project that I conducted in 2020. And like I've said, I've been passionate about the environment, but this really kickstarted my passion for it. As I live in Florida, I'm based in Tampa. So this was actually a picture taken on Clearwater Beach, part of an ocean cleanup that was sponsored by the Florida Aquarium that we all decided to participate in. And it was a great day where we removed tons of plastic from the ocean. And it was, like I said, kind of a big moment for me in my environmental career, that kind of took off into like me being a council member on the Future Blue Youth Council, as Malika is. And also like running my care club that I started that next summer after I created this video to raise more awareness about environmental issues and get people hands-on in being the solution.
Thank you. That is very inspiring. And these opportunities are amazing, really. And also you did a great job with the video. I think, yeah, many people will watch it and we're just very excited.
Okay, if you could, this is the next part of my little presentation, is talking more about the Care Club. And I did put the link into the chat box for everyone, but Malika, I just sent you the YouTube video. If you could share that for me, that would be great. But once again, this is the sign up form if you're interested. Like I said, the meetings usually last 40 minutes. They are on Thursdays, bi-weekly, so we meet only a few times per month. And we just learn all about an environmental issue that we pick. We also have guest speakers that sometimes come in, the organization that is similar. Definitely go ahead and fill out the form, even if you're not what time or day you're available. We're definitely looking for new members and would love any of you to even drop in to see if you like club.
Sarah, you got muted again.
Yeah, I just was asking if you like got the video link in
Yes.
the chat box. Sorry.
I will be sharing.
Awesome. We also have different guest speakers that are our actual members. So next week we are meeting this upcoming Thursday, which is going to be not tomorrow, but the 23rd. And it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time. This is Eastern time. And there's actually a member who's going to be talking about ecotourism on our list. There's one that's going to be talking about the Everglades preservation. And she also went to a event that they were holding about Everglades preservation where she was a guest speaker. And then we have a following presentation about creating like an ecosystem in a bottle that we're working on. So we definitely love you to come on to our meeting and kind of see what we're all about. But here is our end of the year compilation. So as I mentioned, this is the video that we created at the end of the year that sums up all the topics that we've talked about. And each member chose to go ahead and present one of those topics for this presentation. So you'll kind of see like an initial or a name on the bottom of each slide. And that is one of our members who created the slide for the presentation. So if you could go ahead and play it, Malika, that would be great.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so thank you for watching that. So we did detail a few topics that we covered, along with some facts that each member thought were pertinent to talk about. And then this was also a year that we included some inspirational quotes to inspire others to take action. So we also kind of mentioned some quotes that were also super important to each of us, and we put together our slides using those quotes. Here is the following video, Malika, I just messaged you. And that also has more on what we did the previous year. So this was the year before the 2021, and this is our first year. And that also includes some similar slides, but it also talks about what we specifically did for those as a club. So if you could go ahead and get that up, that'd be wonderful. But at the beginning of the presentation, you may have seen like a little kitten being fed some milk out of a bottle, and those are a couple of our guest speakers that we have that were included in our club, is through showing you guys actually what we do. Oh, is that our specific country related? Yes, so definitely. What we have is a guest speaker form. And you just go ahead and fill out the form once you're a member of the Care Club, and you can speak about the issue that you'd like to as a member. So if you want to talk about a specific country related issue, you certainly can. You just go ahead and fill out that form once you're a member. But we certainly can cover something like that. We have a document that we add to every week, or we try to add to every week, that talks about suggested topics, and we each preference the ones that we'd like to cover sooner rather than later. So yeah, definitely we can cover some country specific topics, and I'd love to have that be realized in one of our meetings. And that's something you could definitely go ahead and message me about, or fill out that form, and we can kind of get something started from that angle. But we have worked on specific issues that relate to specific species. So like sometimes we've covered like the African wild dog. That was what we covered last week, and one of our members presented on it. And that's an issue that's kind of related to only Africa, since the African wild dog is mainly present in Africa. So we talked about how Africa is involved in conservation initiatives. We've also talked about, as I said, the Amazon Watch, which is specific to the Amazon. So they are kind of isolated topics, but then we also cover those broad topics. So definitely.
Okay, thank you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I will start the video.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Okay.
I guess it was my technical issues that the screen was blurry. I was wondering if I could send this link to those who couldn't see properly.
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely fine. Thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate talking a little bit about my club. And also, I wanted to let you guys know that we have several forms of communication that we use to keep updated and to talk about what we have discussed during meetings. So we have a text group chat that we use. We also use GroupMe, and then we use Instagram. And I put down our Instagram username